In the world of WE, the loudest moments aren't always made by a finishing move. They don't always happen after the bell. Sometimes the most shocking, the most defining moments happen with the simple act of taking off a jacket. That one motion can reveal a devastating truth, signal an impossible return, or expose a level of toughness that's almost beyond human belief. These are the moments that silenced thousands and changed everything. These are the stories of when a superstar took off their jacket and the entire world held its breath. The power of silence. In pro wrestling, noise is the goal. It's the metric for success. The roar of the crowd, the chants, the boos, that's the soundtrack of the squared circle. Superstars live and die by the noise they can pull from an audience. A loud crowd means the story is working. So what happens when that noise just stops? Now there are two kinds of silence in a WWE arena. The first is the one every performer dreads, the silence of apathy. The dead crowd. The sound of people checking their phones, just waiting for it to be over. That's the sound of failure. But there's another kind of silence, one that's heavy, electric, and way more powerful than the loudest roar. It's the silence of pure, unfiltered shock. This is what happens when the carefully built reality of WE gets shattered by something undeniably, painfully real. It's the collective gasp of 50,000 people all processing one unbelievable image. When a jacket comes off to reveal a career-ending injury or a superstar who is supposed to be gone for a year, the line between show and reality blurs. The boos and cheers get replaced by a universal human reaction: awe, concern, and disbelief. This is the silence that legends are made of. And few moments have commanded that silence quite. Like our first example, a moment where a legend was literally forged in fire. The Undertaker is a master of spectacle. His entrance is an iconic ritual, a slow march through smoke and eerie light, a promise of impending doom. But at the Elimination Chamber event in 2010, that ritual went horribly wrong. As the World Heavyweight Champion, Taker was set to defend his title inside the unforgiving steel structure. His entrance started as usual, with the gong and the flames shooting up from the stage. But this time, the timing was off. As Undertaker hit his signature pose, a ball of fire erupted right under him, engulfing him. His long leather coat, a piece of gear that likely saved him from much worse injuries, immediately caught fire. The crowd's cheers twisted into gasps and shouts of alarm. This wasn't part of the show. This was real. For a few terrifying seconds, the Phenom was a burning man on live TV. He frantically slapped at his flaming sleeve and rushed to the ring, ripping the burning jacket off. His skin was already starting to blister and turn bright pink. He spent his time in the pod dousing himself with water bottles from ringside officials, the pain and fury clear on his face. Incredibly, The Undertaker didn't just continue with the match, he competed for nearly 30 minutes, inside one of WWE's most brutal structures. He endured slams and submissions, including Chris Jericho's Walls of Jericho, which put pressure right on his burned chest. The crowd knew they had just seen a legitimate, life-threatening accident. The Undertaker had actually told the pyrotech before the show that the flames felt too close, but his concerns were dismissed. That technician was reportedly fired and gone from the building before the match was even over. The Undertaker's jacket removal wasn't a reveal. It was an act of survival. It showed a toughness that blurred the line between the man and the myth, leaving the audience in stunned respect for the warrior who literally walked through fire and still went to work. While a real-life accident can shock a crowd, a perfectly executed storyline twist can do the exact same thing. In wrestling, allegiance is everything. It's how heroes are made and villains are born. And for decades, revealing a t-shirt hidden under another has been one of the most powerful ways to show a massive shift in loyalty. It's a visual gut punch of betrayal. Maybe the most famous example ever came at Bash at the Beach in 1996. The wrestling world was being turned upside down by two outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, who invaded WCW and promised a third man was coming to form a new world order. In the main event, as they were destroying WCW's heroes, Hulk Hogan, the ultimate good guy, the man who told kids to say their prayers and eat their vitamins, marched to the ring. The crowd roared, expecting him to save the day. Instead, Hogan shocked the world. He got in the ring, turned, and dropped his signature leg on a fallen Randy Savage. The roar dissolved into confusion and outrage. Hogan then tore off his iconic red and yellow shirt to show a plain black one underneath, shedding his heroic past. He hugged the outsiders, and right there, Hollywood Hulk Hogan and the NWO were born. Fans, feeling totally betrayed, littered the ring with trash. The brief, deafening silence of disbelief before the chaos was the sound of a hero dying. This move has been used time and again. Think about a referee taking off his striped shirt to reveal he's with a faction, costing your favorite wrestler the title. Or a longtime tag team partner unzipping his jacket to show the logo of his partner's biggest enemy. The jacket hides a truth we aren't supposed to see until the perfect moment. The reveal is both a confession and a declaration of war, turning a fan's world upside down in a second. These moments show just how powerful a simple reveal can be. But before we get to the most shocking jacket removal in modern history, the one that truly defines a crowd going silent, if you're enjoying this look back at wrestling history, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Let us know in the comments. What's a storyline twist that left you completely speechless? Okay, now let's get to a moment that wasn't about betrayal, but about an impossible comeback. In the fall of 2007, John Cena was on top of the world. As the reigning WWE champion, he was the face of the company. But on an episode of Monday Night Raw, disaster struck. During a hip toss, Cena tore his pectoral muscle clean off the bone. It was a brutal injury that needed immediate surgery and had a recovery time of 7 months to a year. Just like that, the face of the company was gone. The months ticked by. Fans accepted that their champion wasn't coming back anytime soon. Then came the 2008 Royal Rumble at Madison Square Garden. The match was heating up as the clock counted down for the final number 30 entrant. The buzzer hit. And then, a familiar beat dropped. The first few notes of John Cena's music echoed through the arena. The reaction wasn't a cheer. It was a wave of pure confusion. It couldn't be him. He was injured. He was months away from a return. The cameras cut to the entrance ramp, and there he was. John Cena, in full gear, sprinting to the ring with a wild look on his face. That split second of stunned silence from the New York City crowd exploded into one of the loudest ovations in WWE history. The look on Triple H's face in the ring said it all, a mix of shock and disbelief that mirrored every single person in the building. Cena had returned in under 4 months, a recovery so fast it felt like fiction. To keep it a secret, he was apparently hidden in a broom closet all day, with only a handful of people knowing he was there. The other 29 wrestlers had no idea. His win felt like a guarantee the second he stepped through the ropes. This wasn't a jacket removal that revealed an injury, but one that revealed the absence of one. It was the reveal of a superhuman recovery and a perfectly kept secret. That initial silence was the sound of 20,000 minds trying to process the impossible right before they witnessed a miracle. The main event. The bruise that stopped the world. There are moments of shocking surprise and shocking betrayal. But nothing could have prepared the WWE Universe for what they saw at Hell in a Cell in 2022. Cody Rhodes had made a massive return to WWE just 2 months earlier and was in a bitter feud with Seth Rollins set to end inside the demonic cell. But just days before the event, disaster struck again. During a brawl on Raw, Cody partially tore his right pec tendon. Then, while training, it tore completely off the bone. The news broke hours before the show, and everyone assumed the match was off. No one could compete, especially inside Hell in a Cell, with an injury that catastrophic. But Cody Rhodes had made a promise. As he'd later tell the Chicago crowd, "No one convinced me to come out here. It was solely my decision. You would have to literally kill me from staying away from this ring." When his music hit, the arena came unglued. He walked to the ring in his signature entrance jacket, a smile on his face. The crowd was electric, and then he stopped. He turned to the crowd, grabbed the zipper, and pulled it down. And the entire arena went silent. The cheers just died, replaced by a single collective gasp. Covering the entire right side of his chest and shoulder was a grotesque, sprawling bruise of deep, dark purple and black. It wasn't makeup. It wasn't a story. It was the horrifying, undeniable visual of a muscle completely torn from the bone. The crowd was, as Cody himself put it, grossed out and almost concerned. It was one of the most unforgettable images in the history of the company. That silence was a mix of horror, respect, and total disbelief. For over 20 minutes, Cody put himself through hell. Seth Rollins, playing the villain perfectly, targeted the injury relentlessly with kendo sticks and a weight belt. But Cody fought through the agony. He hit his signature moves, took unbelievable punishment, and in the end, after multiple crossroads and a final sledgehammer shot, he won. The moment he took off that jacket is now WE lore. It wasn't just revealing an injury, it was revealing a promise. It was a statement of toughness so profound it went beyond sports. The silence wasn't just for the bruise, it was for the man bearing it. It was the sound of thousands of people realizing they were about to witness a legendary performance born from an insane amount of courage. It is, without a doubt, the greatest example of a crowd going silent when a superstar took off their jacket. From The Undertaker's trial by fire to Hulk Hogan's shocking betrayal, from John Cena's miraculous return to Cody Rhodes' legendary display of grit, the simple act of removing a jacket has given us some of the most powerful moments in WE history. These moments prove that what really grabs an audience isn't always a complex move or a high-flying spot. Sometimes it's the truth. The raw, unfiltered, and often shocking truth hidden under a layer of fabric. In these moments of stunned silence, the line between us and them disappears. We're no longer just fans watching a show. We are human beings witnessing something extraordinary. Whether it's concern, disbelief, or awe, that silence connects everyone in the room. It's a shared experience that becomes a legend. What do you think? Which jacket removal stands out the most to you? Was there a time a superstar's reveal left you speechless? Let us know down in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into iconic wrestling moments, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching.